It makes some of the most visceral, I guess that's a good word for it, movies and the best experience in a movie. Because the first time I saw Lost Highway, I'm not going to lie, I was pretty inebriated on acid. So it made sense at that point, and from then on out, it's still been a great movie.
It's a strange one. I mean, it's not maybe his most accessible, but I don't know which one would be his most other than The Elephant Man.
Yeah, well,
Dune and
Dune
then
is
Blue
not
Velvet.
even. Yeah, Dune's not accessible, even though it's an Alan Smithy film now.
I have that cut.
Yeah, the Alan Smithy cut,
cool cut.
and yeah, Dune's a classic, and so it's going to be, and hopefully they do update that soon and kind of get more.
They
into
are
the world.
Dennis
Villanueva, the director of Mother. Didn't he direct Mother?
No, the director of Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, who did Mother?
Darren Aronofsky.
Darren Aronofsky. That's right. That's right. Because I'm thinking of the original guy that was gonna do Dune, the one
Jodorowsky.
Jodorowsky. That's where that came into my mind. So sorry.
Cool. No, that's cool. That's a Jodorowsky's Dune. Good plug there. That's a good Blu-ray to watch or do a documentary if you ever
good
get a
documentary
chance.
too. And I've still been watching documentaries a lot. So any chance I get to watch about the making of something that I love because I've seen it so many times, it's awesome to watch.
As Brock and I have discussed in the past, I've never seen Dune. I've not had the desire.
The extended cut explains a little bit at the beginning, which is really cool, and then it gets into it. And if you can get past that part, you're more ingrained in it. I think.
You could go with the longer cut or whatever that they added scenes, but I would just go with the original. Or you could just wait a couple years to see this new one.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
I mean, it's gonna be like epic. It's gonna have. It's got so many people in it.
It sounds like they're putting a lot into it. I think I would rather see that. Not that they didn't put a lot into the other one. I'm not saying that. Maybe
no.
Maybe once I watch the new one, I'll be like, maybe I should see the original.
You know what? Maybe you should just watch Jodorowsky's Dune, the movie that never was made, and you can see how they stole from that little movie. That book that got passed around. I'm kind of spoiling like what's in the documentary here, but you could see how they took bits and pieces. You should just watch that.
Yeah. Anybody out there too want to watch a good documentary? Watch that documentary.
And if you're mad, you can hit me up at tyson.www.doesn'tgiveafuck.com.
Call 1-800 I don't fucking care.
Yeah. 1-900 Sir Sucks a Lot.
.rus.
.org.
Walk away. Just walk away.
Okay, new TV shows. Stranger Things season 3 is dropping, so everybody's going to be binging that one.
Absolutely.
Over the holiday weekend.
What does that take place in 85?
Sure.
Now we're in the summer of 85, right?
I think so. I didn't read the synopsis for it, but I know it's a natural progression for it. So it's like a year later or something. I don't know.
Looks cool, man. We'll just get that and binge it. Unfortunately, I got to wait for my spouse. What about you guys?
It's nice to do that.
It depends on the show.
We watch them together.
I don't know about Stranger Things. I don't know if we watched that one together.
My wife watches everything before I do, and she's like, "Oh, you haven't watched that yet?" And I'm like, "Son of a bitch."
My wife would like when the first the new season of Orange Is New Black came out. You don't see her.
Yeah.
She's like, I have 2 days off, and I'm in my bedroom, and I'm watching this show.
Yes, and all the way through.
And I'm like, that's fine. That's cool.
Only coming out to get food, and then going back to sit in a nice, cool bed.
Hey, I get it, man. I get it. I did the same thing with Daredevil. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's cool that we can do that. You could do that like on Netflix and shit.
I mean, this is that new era for television shows that you can binge them and absorb them.
Yeah.
And they're not throwaway. You can really watch them again, and they still hold up. There's a lot of TV shows out there now, especially on Netflix and Hulu, that are actually producing quality material that you can't really get enough of.
No, I agree. Yeah. Like I said Daredevil because I just recently watched season 2 of Daredevil again.
Nice.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Really?
Just
still haven't finished it. Need to finish it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Punisher, still haven't finished it.
I don't care about any of the other ones. You watch Daredevil.
Yeah, I know Daredevil is the best one out of all of them.
It's that third season was really good, dude. Really good.
I got through.
There's a lot of psychological things that happened.
I really liked what happened with Kingpin. That's kind of where I got 2 episodes past that episode with him and Bullseye. And then I was just like, well, I'm going to try something else.
Right.
I was trying to rewatch Legion again before it drops.
Yeah, but you know what pisses me off about? I'm glad you brought that up. Daredevil, awesome. Legion, awesome. Still, season 3's on TV right now. They were recapping season 2 on demand on FX, but now you can't get it like every episode. And the fucking season 2 is only on DVD. It's not on Blu-ray.
What?
Like you can buy it on DVD.
What?
But you cannot buy it on Blu-ray.
It's cheaper to make.
Yeah,
sure.
I guess to get it out there to make the money, huh?
But I know this happened with the first season because I waited a long time and I have the first season on Blu-ray, but it doesn't come with a DVD set. So you're right that it's probably a cost-cutting measure that they waited. But that show deserves the higher picture quality.
Yeah, the Blu-ray 4K, anything like that. Just the colors on it are awesome.
Yeah, dude.
See, you'll never know the displeasure of having to wait for Pulp Fiction to hit pay TV or VHS. That took like a fucking year and a half. Whenever that came out, I was waiting.
I'm sorry, what movie?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah.
It took forever. It didn't
Come
go
out on tape.
It didn't even go to the pay TV service for until like a year and a half later or something. Even after it came out on VHS.
Well, yeah, it was just back then though. We were talking about this before. It took a long time in between.
This one seemed to take the longest.
Pet Sematary is already going to be out on DVD.
I know it's been like 3 months.
Yeah, you said that was quick. Like geez, and it used to be a year and a half. Man,
yeah.
I kind of like that wait. I like 6 months.
I think 6 months is a good time period.
Should be where it's at, and then you go see it in the theaters one more time, and then buy.
I think we're such a quick society now. Like our attention spans everywhere, and Brock's fighting spiders.
Yeah, there's bugs in here.
Some sort of fly, or
there's no bugs, Brock.
Perhaps
did you sniff
hallucinating
before we got something in here?
Here's my CBDs.
Ooh, I'm slutty. Ooh, I'm slutty. Dennis Hopper's Blue Velvet.
He's hallucinating, Johnny.
All right, so we've gone past TV shows.
No, TV show
what do you got?
also.
What do you got?
Just a quick blurb. Scream Resurrection is going to be starting on VH1.
Oh,
it's
cool.
its own new show, so it's not anything
linked to the
MTV show other than they're both owned by Viacom.
Right.
Whatever. But it's the first time, I guess, on TV that they can use the ghost face mask from the Scream movies.
Oh, nice.
So I guess that other show didn't have it. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
Nope.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Anything
But-
MTV, the only way I watch it is I watch it with my wife when she's watching like Teen and Pregnant or whatever.
It was on for a couple seasons, though.
It was on 2 or 3 seasons, and again, just didn't have any interest to see it. But I guess this one is actually produced by Queen Latifah and has Mary J. Blige in it.
Oh.
Queen Latifah. She's the queen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Queen of rap.
So there's that.
Cool.
Okay. So moving on to comic books. I'm going to say mine really quick just because
absolutely.
these are just 2 really quick honorable mentions for me. Master of Kung Fu, the Epic Collection. Back in the 70s, the Kung Fu stuff was huge for Marvel. And this is going to be a big trade for it.
And they have a movie slated.
Oh, that'll be pretty cool too. I mean,
Shang-Chi.
Same guy.
I
right. But I'm saying that's the
something like that.
character in it, and what that's the name of the comic that he's in.
That's
Masters of Kung Fu.
Master of Kung Fu. Yeah.
What are some?
God, there was like 3 or 4 books back in the day with Blade and Tomb of Dracula.
Well, no, I'm saying
that whole kind of series.
What
that
did
came
you
out
did you
around
guys
the time.
read those? What did you like about those?
I've never really read them.
Nope.
I'm sure I've read ones at some point. Just like
I've always
old
wanted
comics.
to because again they kind of go into that vein of that weird part of it. So they're not normal superheroes like the Heroes for Hire. They're really whenever they first started, they kind of started all at the same time, and it was more kung fu based. So I like that style. I like that kind of just to play on the way that they do the weird stuff. So that's and then there's a Judge Dredd magazine, which I need to kind of do a little bit more looking at because it would be really cool. It's not the what is it? What did he first appear on?
2000 AD.
Yeah, so it's not that. It's just like a different deal. I think that with the Creeps coming out, it's really garnered a lot more interest in the magazine style. Even the new Savage Sword of Conan's are actually coming out with more painted covers like they used to with the magazine.
Right.
And like, remember the Punisher magazine? That one was a really big one, all black and white stuff.
Absolutely.
The Creeps is black and white, and it's one of the coolest kind of horror anthology, weird type of a deals. And hopefully, more people will look at those because that's a better long form comic book. They can sell a lot more shit in those things too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Eerie and stuff.
You can fit a lot more in there, is what you're saying, right?
Definitely. There's a lot more content and there's a lot better stories, it seems like, because they're not wrapping them up in like 3 issues. They're doing it in one issue. Right. And it's like 40 pages, 40, 50 pages. It's crazy.
Heck yeah.
Any other, what comics do you guys want to mention this week?
Just on the DC side, I'm just reading Batman and Event Leviathan still and Flash Year 1. And then there's going to be a new Lois Lane series, 1 out of 12. This is going to be a 12-issue series coming out.
Interesting.
Written by Greg Rucka. I think the Question may or may not be in that too, so that's why I brought it up, because I'm kind of into the Question right now.
Yeah,
so.
that's understandable.
I'm reading the old Denny O'Neil series too right now.
Nice. I checked out that first issue on the DC app.
Yeah.
In between reading all the Spectre comics and stuff.
Yeah.
And it seems pretty cool.
You're running through them shit.
Dude, it's fast and they're pretty awesome, man. The Spectre's in the last 2 Batman stories too.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, in Detective right now.
Yeah.
In the last 2 Detective comics.
I'm thinking about picking both of those up just for those. It's like 1009 and 1010.
I saw the cover. I thought of you, but there's another DC book coming out, right, Dan? Isn't
Actually, there's a whole DC label coming out. It's a pop-up label. Hill House Comics.
Yes.
So it looks sick too.
Yeah. So Joe Hill, who did Lock and Key, son of Stephen King, of course. They're letting him helm the whole thing.
Yes, it's called Hill
House Comics.
Hill House Comics. He's got that show called Nosferatu on AMC right now with Zachary Quinto, which looks really creepy and cool, but I haven't got around to watching it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet either. But yeah, you're right. It does look cool.
It does look pretty cool.
There's how many books slated for this? 4 different ones in miniseries style, because they're ending Vertigo, right?
Right.
DC's ending Vertigo, and they're going to the DC Black label.
Well, it's going to be like DC Black, DC, and then DC Kids. And so under this DC Black label, it must be this Hill House is what they're going to do, and looks sweet.
Well, it's definitely a limited series for all of them.
Okay.
It's not going to be a continuing series. There's 5 stories total.
Okay.
Couple of them are done by Hill himself.
Sweet.
And there's some other, I won't get too deep into, but Mike Carey and for Dollhouse Family, which is one of the stories, Mike Carey and Peter Gross, who did the original Lucifer comics from the Sandman.
That's
became a television show.
Yeah, cool.
They're doing one of the stories, and in the back of each one of those stories will also be an ongoing story that Hill's doing as well, but it's just a couple pages in each one.
A backup issue.
And one of the stories, and I forget the name offhand, is actually like his homage to kind of like The Thing.
Oh, yeah. I did read that in that article, too. That looked
John
really
Carpenter.
cool. So it's like based in the Antarctic, and so it's kind of
I think that one's called Plunge.
Yeah, and they're taking elements because of the TV show. What is the TV show that's out right now, too, or that's been out about the...
Talking about the Terror?
The Terror, yeah. So it's kind of in a mix of that and The Thing. So
well, that's based on... Okay, so that's what I was reading, too. That's based on a Dan Simmons novel, The Terror. They're going to do a second season, but it's actually a 1 book, so this is going to be like a totally new thing. But I digress. Back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
We got 5 stories here, and then they're going to run backup issues a la the Crimson, like in the Watchmen series. And they do a lot of backup stories in other books like that.
Yeah, just an ongoing backup story.
Yeah, there's something about, but in this new one, they're going to cut his head off or something, and every head that gets cut off, like it stays alive.
I don't think that's the backup story.
Oh, that's not the backup story?
That's like its own. I think that might be the first one that they released.
Oh, man, cool.
Yeah, and it's an enchanted axe.
Heads.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And some woman's going to yield it.
Yeah, like, so basically from what I gathered, she's like attacked. And she grabs this axe because they're staying in this place, but she doesn't know, and it has mystical powers.
Cool.
And it cuts off people's heads, but then the heads are like still...
They can still talk.
Heads, yeah.
And
talking to you.
Yeah, looking at the concepts for any of that stuff looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, so it looks like a lot of good stuff coming out of that. And I'm super excited for that, and I'll probably buy it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that'll be something.
out.
Yeah, I gotta put it out on my pull list.
That's coming out in October by Joe Hill there.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did that movie. The movie Horns was based on his novel, too.
Yeah.
With Daniel Radcliffe. It was a cool movie.
Never watched it.
Also directed by Alexandre Aja. Who's got Crawl coming out? Damn.
No.
Dude, it's just it just looks like a fun movie to watch on the couch on HBO sometime. You know?
Okay, maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to go to it in the theater. I'm just saying that it's
You're like,
out.
I can't wait till Crawl comes out. And then there's fucking crickets in the theater because 3 people are there.
I'm like, it looks cool. It looks like maybe they shot it, and it like maybe if it makes money, it'll make its money back. Like they shot it on a decent budget, and it could be scary and fun. And
yeah. Well, that's the feeling that I had with being an empty theater whenever I went and saw Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Really?
The day that it came out was the year after I graduated
to
the day. And we go into the theater, and it's